and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here for another video for the 31 days of Halloween Spook-Takular. Yes, indeed, I'm trying to be consistent and pump out a video for each day of the month until we eventually climax on Halloween. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And we just got, well, depending on what videos get uploaded, we just got talking about the Fanta-themed, the Chucky-themed Fanta flavors for this year. The two versions, Mexican and US of A. Yes, indeed. And, yes, that's a thing I did. But another thing I did is watched movies. Yes, indeed. We did some rankings at the beginning of the month, and we did some taste tests, but let's talk about some horror movie reviews. And one movie I saw is one that I saw in the trailers. I saw the trailer for this, and I was like, well, that doesn't look so cool, I must admit. So it wasn't even a bleep on my radar after that. Went one ear, out the other. And then I saw some people talk about it, and they said it wasn't that good. But you know me, I'm the kind of guy that when a lot of people that I follow or know say that a movie is garbage, I make a note to watch it later whenever I can. And that later came a good while ago, yes indeed. I was flipping through HBO Max, because I already pay for the damn thing, might as well see what they upload weekly, and sometimes they have some good stuff, like that week that they uploaded Nosferatu, and this time they had a movie that I remembered hearing people about a while back, and that's Y2K. Yes, indeed. To our younger viewers of this channel, you might not know what Y2K is, other than the reference in this movie. Way back on the eve of the year 2000, some computer glitch was going to fuck up everything because the computers, in very poor planning, I must admit from people, they were going to reach the year 2000, and then this glitch was going to make the computers go batshit crazy and does not compute, and at least from what I remember, was going to hit all the clocks back to the 1900s. Which is very curious. Why not from zero? Why not from the 1700s or the 1800s? Why did they focus on the 1900s? That's something that didn't quite make sense to me. No sense. But that's what was going to happen. That was the big scare. Communications were going to go down. Airplanes, autopilots were going to malfunction, and planes were going to fall from the sky. Your bank accounts would be reduced to zero. They would not exist. All your personal information that was already registered online, like your birth certificate, your job, who you are, would be erased, and no one would know who you are. Like that Sandra Bullock movie, The Net. It was a big scare, but apparently it wasn't that big a deal because they fixed it, and when the year 2000 came, we all got drunk and we didn't even remember what the fuck the Y2K thing was about. But that's one of those weird things that when you're old enough you get to live through, like the 2020 thing that happened. Oh, memories. Memories. But that's what this movie is about. It's a different take on the Y2K situation. And it stars a guy that looks a lot like Dave DeHaan. The chunky kid from Deadpool 2, and the actress with the unfortunate comments on her Snow White live-action remake that was a whole fuss of us, and well, it didn't go so well for her, and everyone disliked her because of her very poor choice of comments promoting. Well, what a terrible way to promote your movie, that Snow White live-action thing, which I haven't seen because I care not for that movie or any Disney live-action remakes. Garbage! Yes, indeed. But yes, it stars them, and it stars the not Dave DeHaan, and the Deadpool Flame Kid that are not very popular. They get picked on, but they're very good friends. And they go to a party, and not Dave DeHaan has a crush on the the not Snow White chick. And they go to the party and they're like, whoo, hoo, hoo, party, party. Look and stop the party. Everybody party, party, party. And then Y2K things and everything runs amok. But apparently, Judgment Day is what the Y2K thing is about, because the machines start to take over, even though the way that these things react, the technology wasn't there yet, and microwaves and radios. And then they start transforming, so I guess someone also activated the Allspark from Transformers. And appliances are starting to merge into robots hunting down people. And I'm like, really? This is bad. And, yes. It was not good. I respect every movie that gets made. I know some people that have tried to make their own movie, some that have successfully made their own movie, and it is a whole adventure to do. Getting the budget to make the thing, writing the script, filming it, trying to get people that might not know each other to interact and follow the vision of the movie, and then edit it. And once it's edited, get it distributed so that other people can watch it. It's a whole odyssey. So it's a small miracle that a movie even gets made and gets released. So any movie, good or bad, gets my respect for that fact alone. Now, after that, the quality, well, that's a whole thing entirely. And this isn't an indie movie. It looks like some money went into it. And, because it does look like it has a budget. And I guess those robotic, Terminator scrap heap, junk robots that, appear must have cost a pretty penny. But, it's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. No. It's not very well acted. Again, the Deadpool kid from Deadpool 2 gets killed relatively early in the movie. So you're only left with the not Dave DeHaan and the horrid Snow White chick. And she's not a good actress in this. No, I can't say that she is. Didn't like much care for the main leads. And then they have the girl that's Glenn and Glenda from the Chucky series. I almost didn't recognize her because she has green hair. And in the Chucky TV show, she has red hair. But my brain started like, holy shit, that's Glenn and Glenda from the Chucky TV show. I recognize her. So it has her here too. And the people are trying to survive. And then the obnoxious Snow White is a hacker, and she hacks her computer and produces a kill switch for the Y2K thing, and then they go and put it on a server, and then she computes on her computer skills, and then that's how they stop the Y2K thing. Dreadful. If you want a good humans versus machines, watch the Mitchells versus the Machines. Good animation, good characters, a lot of fun. That's a really cool humans against the machines. The Mitchell versus the Machines. This was not good. It had some ridiculousness, which got a chuckle from me, because I am very easily entertained, I will admit. It does not take a lot to entertain me, but even me, who has a very high tolerance for bad movies, kind of struggled through this one for a while there. I was like, and I was already super drawn to this point when I saw that movie. This is the last movie that I saw, if I remember right, because I started with The Invisible Man, then Titanic 2, and I think this Y2K was the last one that I put on. And even drunk, it took me a bit to enjoy this movie. But it's not, I can't say that it's actively bad. I've seen worse. There is some money on screen, and it looks like someone had an idea, but the execution was kind of not so good. And the story was not so good. And the acting was really not so good. But it had moments. It had moments that got a chuckle out of me. And if a movie gets at least a chuckle, it is what it is. But I would not recommend Y2K unless you are like me and have some brain damage that you actively search out for bad movies just to experience the badness and feel better about yourself because, you went through this. It's a personal achievement that you don't let a bad movie beat you and you walk through the other side. It's kind of like a jigsaw thing. You suffered, but once the movie end credits roll, you're like, ha! Ha ha ha! You didn't beat me, movie. I watched you through the end, and I am better than you. Good day, movie. Good day. And you walk away. So that's pretty much my philosophy when it comes to bad movies. Yes, indeed. It's free on Max if you don't have anything better to do, and you're curious about it, like I was. Give it a watch. You don't lose anything if you're already paying for the Max. I normally say that you should go and actually search this out on physical media. I haven't been able to find a cheap DVD copy of this, and if I do, it has to be really cheap for me to get it, but I would add it to the collection because that's how I roll. Your mileage might vary, of course. You might want to skip this one, but if you're like me and you have the same taste like me, give it a watch. You really don't have anything else to lose other than your time. But that is my review of Y2K. And watching through this movie, I couldn't get the Y2J song or the Chris Jericho song. Like, break the walls down! Dun-dun, dun-dun. Yes, indeed, because that was the thing that also happened back in the day on wrestling. But have you seen Y2K? Did you like it? If you did, please tell me why in the comments down below. Or did you hate it, which is the general consensus for this movie. But let us all know in the comments down below. But until I see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabro, thanking you and wishing you all, like always, Happy Halloween!